We give so much credibility to our mind, our thoughts, our likes, our opinions, our beliefs, our assumptions, and it's all fake. And if we are going to show up for what we get, just out of respect and love and gratitude, we have to be willing to say, I can't go on like this continuously. What does sattva mean?
Being aligned with the
Good
consciousness.
energy.
Good
Good
energy.
vibrations.
So good energy means what? Can you be a little bit more layman?
Pure intentions.
Well, that also sounds a little, what's the word? Holy, pure intentions. Optimism is a simple word for good energy, positivity, no? Having a wide angle on things. Would you say that could translate as the same as good energy? Yes? Okay. What else could mean sattva?
Not being so attached to the outcome of your actions.
Not being attached to the outcome, correct? Not driving for what you want, no matter what keeps coming in front of you. Waiting for the universe to deliver some variable and then examining it in relation to the whole picture with a little bit of a distance. That would mean non-attachment. To give a clear example, a hybrid advanced course has been organized. When I say a hybrid, I mean online and in person together. The starting requirement was minimum of 10 people in person, the rest can be online. The course is supposed to begin tomorrow. There is 6 people, and the teacher they are flying in is coming from New York. And that teacher has a medical emergency. The sister-in-law's mother died, so the caretaker, which would have been the brother, has had to go to India. Okay, this is a new variable in a picture, correct?
Yeah.
Now you have to think, all right, all participants know there's an online and an in-person. We have a medical emergency. The cost is beyond budget because the place is a fancy home, oceanside home, catered food, and they kept the cost $395. So they've already overspent the budget. They don't even have money for the ticket for the teacher. So then a suggestion is made, why don't you just send a nice email, explain the situation to the participants, and turn everything into an online course? Would that be a sattvic way of looking at the variables that are arising? Yes. But if you're stuck on, oh no, they're coming, they want to come, they will never come, they will fall off the course, it gives a bad reputation to our organization, what mindset is that? Tamas.
Sick. I'm sick.
And Rajas. And you're taking strong vikalp. Correct? We have gone through the Gita. The gunas run the show. No? What else means sattva? Can we clarify this? Because this gets overused. What else means sattvic?
Social good. Good
Yeah,
for
okay. Social good, that which you're doing for the betterment of those around you. Big picture. What else? Clarity is another word for sattva. Being clear, not adding confusion to the system. Are you following what I'm saying to you? Clarity. It's a very simple word. Are you clear? Are you being open, honest, and direct with yourself about the circumstances around you? That creates results. But if the starting point of the course is, oh, I'll do anything and everything to make these people come. Oh, I'll give them a beach house, I'll cater the food, and I'll fly a special teacher in, and this and that. The starting point is not for social good, nor is it sattvic, nor is it clear, nor does it give room to be detached. Are we hearing what I'm saying? This applies for anything in life, anything. No, never mind the internal mental manipulation that goes on in people's mind also. There's always some alternative motive towards something. I'm not even counting that. I'm just saying, looking at it at face value, what is sattva which creates results? Remember the conversation about if you're a student, like right now, the role is of a student. But then you're sitting there saying, oh, next time I teach, I'll say this also. Is that sattva? No. This dilutes the results that get created. And in this case, the results, I don't know what they are, but maybe clarity, maybe in seed form, and oho that comes through for us individually or as a group. That's not sattva. Oh, I want to organize a course part 2, but your whole intention is to impress your friends. Just like, oh, I'm a teacher and I want to use whatever I heard from Guruji, copy, paste, and say it. Oh, I heard Bhushan say it. Oh, I heard so-and-so teacher say it. I like it. Make notes of it and then go vomit it. You can do that later, after the student role is over. Do you see what I'm saying to you? What remains for you? And you digest it, you apply it, you do self-reflection, some manana. And then you say, I heard something from Antonia I want to share with you. But no, we start to say it like it's ours. Is this sattva? It is not. These are very basic, simple things that we do not keep track of. And I'm not talking about seva. This happens in our family, with our children, with our spouse, with our siblings, with our friends. We don't hold, integrity is another word. Integrity is another word. No? And then when somebody says, oh, well, Alex, you did this and I think it was because, no, you have to defend now. And the moment you start to defend, is this sattva? And is it knowledge?
But what if the line that has been spoken by, say, you, and I relate to it so well that I would like to say that to the students that come, I want to share. Is that not being in sattva?
It should come from you in the way you comprehend it, not in the way you copy paste it. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. If we just go on repeating exactly what Guruji said, then the whole time you have to say, Guruji says, Guruji says. But otherwise you could say, I've heard Gurudev say this, the way I understand it is. The words, the energy behind it, your approach to it, your example should be your own. You see the difference, what I'm trying to say? We are just trying to understand, where does sattva drop and where does knowledge drop? Knowledge has organizing power. What does this statement mean? Knowledge means wisdom, not just information, variables, data, but wisdom. What is wisdom in this case? Always learning to say, let me look with a wider lens, a little wider lens, a little wider lens. And when you look from a wider lens, you have to put yourself in the equation. Do you understand this? But we don't put ourselves in the equation. Where do I need to shift? How could I be more reasonable in this? How could I have a wider perspective? How can I understand the other person's approach more? If we do this, relationships change. Power of connection enhances. Right? Quote, creating agreements exponentially grows. Results naturally follow. It's a small little thing. Where are we going to talk about ultimate freedom if we don't get very, very clear on this simple thing? And I suppose I'm saying all this because, like all of you, we just came from Boone, right? Many of you came from Boone. No? And you see, somebody had shared in that hall during the darshan line what I got in 6 weeks when I learned the sutras. Gurudev gave it to me in 3 days. Anybody remember that sharing? Yeah, that sharing was there by somebody. I think Carol was the one who shared it. And it struck me when I heard it. At the end, what maybe we could just have said is, he offers such sacredness to everything. It is divine. But we don't really carry that. When we go home, we should carry that, into our seva, into our family, into our activity, not just the experience of it, because we already talked about it the last time. The experience is the subtler states of mind. We are still in the mind. Samadhi is not freedom, unless you can maintain the samadhi in activity, right? Remember all that conversation? It's just, his last statement, Gurudev's last statement was, look, the world needs all of you. He said that to the blessing course also, the world needs you. And if we are going to show up for what we get, just out of respect and love and gratitude, we have to be willing to say, I can't go on like this continuously. I've been doing this for how many years? I'm 63 years old. I have to stop this. I became aware of something also while I was talking, while you guys were gathering, The person on the phone asked a question, what do you do when there is a pattern? I know that I have this particular pattern where I maneuver and manipulate and do whatever I have to get people in, and I keep pushing even though the person is gently saying no, and then I get them frustrated, and then when they draw a line, then I go into being victim. What do? It's a pattern. I said, stop. It's not a pattern. It's now a choice. Listen, when you don't know it's a pattern, it's a pattern. Then it's autopilot. Are we clear? When I don't know I'm behaving this way, I'm doing this, and it's not serving me or the people I interact with, then it's a pattern. But the moment I say, oh, I do this, now it's what? A choice. Now it's a choice. It's no longer autopilot. It's now a choice. You want to continue in that direction. And the excuse that allows you to do that, remain in tamas, in ignorance, is it's a pattern. We don't own helplessness to it, and we don't own empowerment to it. Both ways, we just continue the behavior. Are you registering what I'm saying? This is huge. It's really huge. It's a choice. And if you just say, this is something I've been doing for a while, I was not aware of it, but now I'm choosing to do it, you'll see. You'll have some little bit of in accepting the consequences. And the next time around, you may not do it. Because the BS disappears. Are you appreciating what I'm saying? Like, is it registering? And when we're young, we don't know. We don't yet have a little bit of say over our mind. Okay, pattern. No, you do this all the time. And we all have this pattern of pretending we don't see. Because we all have this pattern of being a football of everybody's opinion. Want to be a pleaser, people pleaser. Oh, she's scary. She's not scary. You're scared of the crap that's in your own mind that she holds up the mirror to. It takes a lot of love and care and commitment to say, this is my person. And I'm with you. I'm not judging it at all. But hey, We all signed up as a family to up-level life, ourselves, and the world. Are we doing it? In a job, they would fire us. You know? They would say, okay, performance review, 0. Oh, excuse me, that's toxic. Can you tell me a little bit more? Nothing. The only little bit more I can tell you is 0. Get out. No, that's very toxic. Okay. Do you see these? I'm sharing, I'm talking with you like we're family. We've been coming together for, 8 months, a year. I don't actually even know. And we keep going through verse after verse, but we can't do that. We have to start to hold our own self and each other accountable. I'm not saying you, I'm saying me also. I'm talking to me as well. I this morning I see the book on Tuesday. I have it at a specific place. So I see it when I walk by and I say, oh. And I was like kind of in a way, I don't know, saddened or like helpless or something. Like, okay, when we have all these concepts, we have all this knowledge, and in a way, remember the next verse, I remember last time saying Arjuna is going to say, oh, this is too difficult, I don't know how to move ahead. I was sort of feeling that, like, I don't know. Guruji said, he said, I cannot help you to shred your mind. You have to do that. You remember that sentence? How many remember that sentence? I cannot do it. You have to do it. He can charge the mantras. He can bless us to receive the mantras. He can bless us to stay inspired towards, but tearing this, he cannot do. He cannot undo it. Whatever the obstacle of the 9, they keep changing, of course, but whatever is there now, you have to say enough. There are some things you cannot change, but certain things, I really, and I was kind of like, oh, and the whole day that feeling was there, the whole day, like, why, chapter 6, okay, I don't remember the verse, but I remember that Arjuna is going to say, oh, Lord Krishna, I don't know how to get there and see you in everything and everything in me and it's all one. I don't know how to do that. And meanwhile, we've gone through Karma Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, whatever. And we just came out of Patanjali. Everything that this chapter is telling us, Gurudev just walked us through, right? Yama means don't do these things. Don't do these things. It's very hard. Don't do these things. But we don't hold ourselves accountable. Niyamas, do these things. Very hard because we have it flipped out. Do these things, we don't do. Don't do these things, we do. Yes? Yama. Don't do violence. Ahimsa. Think, speak. Oh, me, I have to like go and stop and look in the mirror for 10 minutes and go, oops. No? It doesn't come from here, but still, the impatience is in itself ahimsa. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then, oh, niyama, do these things. Truth, cleanliness, no. Okay, everything's clean outside in here. And then, oh, okay, and then asana. All right. I mean, basically one asana, be able to sit steady and comfortable in one chosen position. It's not so much about, the Ashtanga approach to all the positions, but even that, okay. And then pranayama. He's given us so much pranayams. If you even put Sudarshan Kriya into that category, whether it's 3-stage Bhastrika, Kriya, alternate nostril, Bogart pranayam, you name it, butterfly pranayam, straw pranayam, I get it, my God. Then, meditate. Dharana. What dharana? 1,000, 10,000 things going on in the head. Dharana for this, dharana for that. Oh, I should get off this thing. Oh, this is not the Gita session. Okay, maybe I can go cook while I'm listening to this. How many dharanas are going right now? Oh boy, I didn't know I should have had 2 cups of tea before sitting down here. What got under her goose today? 1,000 different dharanas are going. And then, oh, samadhi. What samadhi? Why we even have the experiences is not because our mind, it's because he gives it to us. True or false? He gives it to us. He sits there. You hear it in his voice, in the power as he, and we receive the sacredness. But if we're caught up in, I don't, and then you can't receive it. And then you go, Guruji, mujhe kuch nahi ho raha hai. Sattva, knowledge, relax. He's there. Let him give you what he wants. Nothing happens. Bow down and say, I'm so grateful, and move. There's samadhi, inactivity. Then we can't do this. We can go through this whole book 50 times between now and my death. Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do? If we don't handle our own mind. Let me see, there's comments here. Taking the right action at the right time. Yeah, that's heady. It's not right action. It's your bow that makes the action right or wrong. You understand what bhava means? Just in case. Your heart. Where you come from. Is it out of service? Even if it's the wrong action and the wrong time, don't worry. It'll drop off and you'll find another way to it. Right and wrong is a buddhi thing. It's strategic. It's interference. What about if another substitute teacher takes the in-person course instead? Would that also be sattvic? Yes, it would. No, but pushing. I told them a doctor will come, so I need to get a doctor. I told her the senior teacher will come, so I need to convince them. Hey. And the long message, they will drop off, they'll never come to the organization, it makes the guru look bad, blah, blah, blah. I see this long list of sankalpas, So then, I get on the phone. Hey, knock it off. Sattva, short term may be pain, but long term gain. Yes, for yourself included. We want others to have long-term gain, short-term pain, but we want instant gratification, instant results. Yes or no? Being active in your action, but content inside. Yeah, look, don't spiritualize your ego. This is a very dangerous game, spiritualizing our ego. Giving all the knowledge without actually breaking it down, being active in your action but content inside. It just simply means just keep doing it even if it hurts, even if you don't like it. Say it like that to yourself. See, that's a more accountable statement than being active but content inside. What is content? Do it anyway, even if you're not content inside. Committed, follow through. Look to the bigger picture. That would be sattva. I don't like it. This is not okay, but no. And I was not even leading this course. I just got pulled in for something. And the leader is not saying a word. The teacher is not saying a word. Then I have to think, okay, jump in or not. I'm here. Play the moment out 100%. I say, okay, guys, stop a second. You, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What's up? Where's your focus? Guru? Knowledge? Course? Ooh, fancy house for my fancy friends. Wow. I hope in a good way, because all I see is wow. Until it is opted out to us, what we do, we hardly ever notice. That's what I've learned. I think you mean until it's pointed out to us what we do. We hardly ever notice. That's what I've learned. It's true, but the whole journey is to start reflecting in oneself. This is another interesting thing. I'm just talking about me again. So we had whatever many days of sadhana. I had session 1, then I repeated session 2, and then I immediately went into a part 2 course. By the time Monday came, yesterday, I was like, I need to interact with people, because I had gone into this like cave, like this abyss, just like everything. But I was really noticing how in every meditation, before the mind would relax, how there was a certain stream of a tendency. Not topics, like my mind was not thinking or stuck on any specific thing that maybe I'm trying to solve or resolve, or I'm stuck on, or somebody's words, nothing like that. It was random garbage. Like, maybe I heard someone cough, and the mind immediately would say, oh, they could do this to prevent the cough. Do you see what I'm saying? Like some random nonsense. Somebody say it's too cold. Oh, well, distilled, if it was in the back, then it would. Do you understand? Do you see the tendency that I'm trying to show you? It was not like they had some big issue or some challenge I was experiencing. No. And then I thought, oh my God, this constant in the mind that offers a solution, seemingly, is really somebody who's just holding control to perfection. Did you get what I said? That's what that is. Oh my God. Because in every subject, object, thing that would pop up before the mind would settle was only about that. And I was so grateful and so kind of, I don't know, excited. Like, wow, what a gift. I had to come to Sanyam too after 35 years to notice, whoa, this is this thing. And then I finished bowing down to Ishvara Paridhan, surrender, because that's so innate, so integrated in the egoic system that it's taken on a spiritual egoic system, because it's the betterment of people. Oh, shut up, betterment of people. Relax your little brain in there.
All right. Okay.
Pointed out, we keep going, but we are supposed to become our own watchers. It's not that now I'm going to try to fix it, but I just say, oh. And then what follows is some of the things that was discussed in here, which is it's just a bundle of thoughts that arose, that got together, lumped together, who knows when, certainly from when I was a young person, but maybe even from before. And this false sense of me has to eventually dismantle. Just that much. Like this, I observed, and I thought, wow. And there was just two things that just somehow kept repeating themselves for nothing. It rained, walking back, the kitchen, the food. You just nothing that matters to me, honestly. They were just floating, fleeting thoughts about nothing. But when I looked a little further, watching, oh, even the watcher was part of the mind, but it was watching itself from a higher level. It's a more transparent mind, not tamasic mind. Did you see the difference? There's sattva in observing that. Can you understand what I'm saying, people? Yes? It's still the mind observing the mind, but it's more transparent. We could call it sattvic, that it could see that and be underneath it, and not go into immediately, oh, you're a parent, Guruji, what do I do after 35 years? Yes, be quiet. Or let it keep rambling. We have to become proactive in our practices, I suppose. That's a word. I don't want to say sadhana because I'm not saying, pranayama. I'm saying in our practices, whether it's seva or satsang or sadhana or courses or knowledge. Are you like still with me or thinking, oh my God? What did you notice? Like, what did you notice? It was the first session, the second half of the second day, and I started to see this. I thought, oh, okay. So then I wanted to sit there for the second batch and see if that still persists. I wanted to see if it's head getting in there or just pure observing from one other part of the mind. It was there. Then I entered the part 2 course immediately after. It was kicking live, happily sitting there. Random thing. Food. Okay. I could just add that to it and that will be fine. And then it would drop. And some other random other sound that my awareness would catch, it would go on that. No? It was so clear. So crystal clear. And I was profoundly grateful for it. Okay, yeah, I flew or didn't fly. Okay, God bless. But this? Okay, talk to me, say something. I don't know, smile at me so that I know you still are okay and you love me and we're good.
Yes,
Be
ma'am.
happy. I'm just going to read you Arjuna's sentence, okay? And we were going to watch the next video, but I think we will wait. Let me just see. Oh yeah, okay, chapter 6, verse 33.
अर्जुन उवाच योऽयं योगस्त्वया प्रोक्ता सम्येन मधुसूदन एतस्याहं न पश्यामि चञ्चलत्वत् स्थितिं स्थिरम्.
Chanchala. Even if you don't know what that means in Sanskrit, if you hear the sound, you know chanchala, chanchala. Arjuna said, Krishna, owing to restlessness of mind, I do not perceive the stability of this yoga in the form of equanimity, which you have just spoken about. I could practically cry at this sentence because, he's in the 6th chapter. At least we know he finally understands the ultimate goal. That's clear, right? Based on his question, he's saying, I don't know how to have equanimity. I don't know how to see that this is all, mithya, jagat mithya. I don't know how to see that this is false. I don't know how to see that the truth is all one, that I am it and it is me and all the rest is mithya, false. Sometimes people say, not real, but this is real. I feel it, I touch it. But it's false. In what? It's a name, a label. In that sense, at least, it's false. Gold is gold. Calling it a bracelet is just a name. But not being able to perceive the gold behind the name bracelet or necklace or earring or ring or tika or whatever it is, then we're not in truth. Are you with me? It's like the simplest example, no? It is a bracelet, but actually it's gold. Or it's both. Gold in the form of a bracelet, Divine in the form of Rajshree, divine in the form of Deepika, divine in the form of Vicky. We are not seeing the gold. We are just seeing the ornament. And we're calling it that, and we believe it to be that. This body, this ornament is not, it's gold. Are you seeing this? No? So we know now he is seeing the gold. 6 chapters into it, like our 30 years into it, we see, oh, wow, enough already. Every year is passing and running around, and I'm not really seeing, gold. So he sees the goal, but he's saying, the mind is so restless. I don't know how to perceive stability. I don't know how to see what you've been teaching me in Sankhya Yoga or meditation or Samadhi or Karma Yoga or anything. Do your action, see divine in everything, offer everything to the divine. I don't really see divine. I'm just telling myself in my head, oh dear God, this is you. Here it belongs to you. Okay, it's a starting point. That's what he's saying. Are you seeing that?
Mm.
But you can't just see that that's Arjun saying that. We just came out of Sanyam. How many times in Sanyam did you have the thought, oh my God, this mind doesn't go quiet? No? Gee, okay, tell your mind. Okay, that's not working. Okay, do Bhagavad Pranayama. Oh, that's not working. Okay, shake. That's not working. Oh, Guruji's leaving. Chase him. That's working. Yes, because you're avoiding. I got darshan. Yes, you did. Now what happened to that? No? And look, what I'm saying is, it's only if you have self-accountability do you see that and you pause. Like, Lord Krishna, you just told me, but I can't. This mind is crazy. Remember, he's a warrior. No, rajas, act, do, get out, all of that. His mind must be just like ours. With a bow and arrow, it's the only difference. Shoot. It must be quite empowering to walk around with that hung on your back all the time. I'd say too much, and it would be fascinating. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it's dangerous for somebody like me because you pull it out and you want to. Can you imagine all of us? Somebody, like we could give Vishal the Gada. If somebody else comes up, bow and arrow. And then Guruji has the chakra. Just a little toss and everybody goes, Yeah, what do you do with the mind like that? What do we do? We have to again, and it's enough. I do not need to pay any attention to ahimsa. Don't try to kill what does not exist. Did you hear what I said? You have to not give it attention, importance. See, if the classic example that you hear always in Vedanta, the rope and the snake. Everybody has heard that example, right? In the dark, there's a rope and you think it's a snake. So then you do everything you can to kill the snake, to avoid the snake, to get frozen, don't take action, run away, do all those things. Then the light comes and you say, oh, it's a rope. Did the snake ever exist? No. And then the answer is maybe because you thought it existed. Your perception was such, so then it existed for you for that time. You don't have to kill the snake. Do you have to do anything to the snake? No. We need the light on it. And the light on it is simply this kind, accepting way of saying, oh, all that goes on here is not real. It's the snake. See? But we give so much importance to it, so much importance. I don't think that's appropriate. That was the whole conversation. Honestly, I had nothing to do with that situation. I was just brought in. Didi, what would you do? That's it. Well, they asked. I gave them a mouthful. It's just that little bit, just the light. Honestly, I was thinking what should happen is there should be, I've brought this up to Pramod before, a cohort, like 3 months, every day. You meet for 45 minutes, start, finish, 45 minutes. And at the end of 3 months, you meet for a weekend. And it's the same set of people, and everybody participates, where you start to, like what I said, okay, about this thing I noticed in my mind, or I noticed this thing about me. You get to then also share. Oh, I noticed. And if you give me 5-10 minutes, then I would say, no, don't kid yourself. That's not what that is. It's that. Can hold up the mirrors for each other. We have to. It's urgent to me. Because how many courses am I going to keep taking? Arjuna continues, for Krishna, the mind is very unsteady, turbulent, tenacious, and powerful. Therefore, I consider it a difficult to control as the wind. Let me tell you something. Eventually he gets it, but then the mind takes over again at Abhimanyu's death. He's back again at Chanchal or Vinchalat, whatever that word was. Shaken again. Unsteady, turbulent, tenacious, powerful, and difficult to control like the wind. So there's no point in trying to fix it. Become aware of what it is. It's a snake or a rope. That's the only clarity you have to reach. There's no snake. Mind, what is mind? It looks animated, it looks alive. You think you are a person. This mind is you, the person. We've talked about this. You learned about this even in Sanyam. Remember when Gurudev gave did you remember our talks that we've had in the past? No, so we are not, it's a rope, it's not a snake. We only have to break down its overly animated, separate persona. I'll wait for the Sanskrit, but Lord Krishna says, Bhagavan Uvacha, Sri Bhagavan said, the mind is restless, no doubt, and difficult to curb. But it can be brought under control by repeated practice, parentheses, of meditation, and by the exercise of dispassion, O son of Kunti. Dispassion from what? Somebody tell me. Dispassion from what?
The outcome?
No. You're not thinking. We've just been
Desire.
talking.
Me and mine.
Dispassion from your own mind. What are we discussing here? Mind, control of mind, and meditation. That is what this chapter is. What have we been talking about for the last 40 minutes? The mind that's restless, unsteady, powerful, uncontrollable like the wind. So what can you do? Meditate, which we do, and dispassion towards it. We give so much credibility to our mind, our thoughts, our likes, our opinions, our beliefs, our assumptions, and it's all fake. It's all meaningless stuff that we picked up when we were young. It's dead information. Information. It's not a person that you're rejecting. You're rejecting dead information. See, that's dispassion. To see your own story as it's like toilet paper. You wipe and you throw. You don't hold on to it. It's garbage what goes on in there. And it's not you, so you can relax about the garbage. See? That's where the freedom is. Don't give it so important, because every time you stick to fight for the belief and the opinion and your thinking and your approach and your like and your dislike and I am these, I get stronger. It just gets stronger and stronger by the day. And then if we cloak it with white and seva and teaching and all that, then we take a spiritual ego that's even bigger. It's just bigger. On the way back from Boon, there was a young devotee, young in age also, of course, compared to me, but fairly new, seasoned but new. And she was sharing how during the stage, the singing portion of the room, well, she went there and she asked why she wasn't allowed to sing. And 3 people explained how she should just be grateful that she can sit there. And different things like that. I'm being very polite and not going into the whole thing because I'm making sure I don't get into personalities. And then she said, oh, I'm so happy you could hear me out. You're not judging me. And I didn't know who I could share this to. I just wanted to say it because... And my mind was thinking, oh, that person really believes all that they think. And now this one is going to latch on to what they've shared and become part of her identity. Do you understand? Another layer. Meanwhile, we've heard 1,000 times, don't be a football of others' opinion. We've heard 1,000 times, let people say what they want to say. Don't take it in. Clearly, it's taken in. It's only when we were waiting for our luggage that she chose to tell me. Are you with me? It's a silly little example. But in terms of what I'm speaking about, how we add on to our personality, it's such a clear example. Oh, I'm the mentor. I said, did you want to sing? Yes. So then you should just start singing. Finish. Just start singing. When there's a little gap, no, but they say there has to be, well, find your way and go. They're not going to like you, but you got to sing. Be done with it and move on. But Didi, it's not like that. Well, yeah, it is like that. Poor thing. Otherwise, you're going to go home for the next 3 days, and then Sunday there will be satsang, and they'll be, should I or not? Should I or not? Oh my God. One more question in the Guru's basket for the Guru to answer. This is how we're stuck. Same questions globally. I guess Lord Krishna is saying, don't worry, it is possible in that verse. Yes, it's difficult, but under control by repeated practice and by exercise of dispassion. Dispassion towards our own little ideas and assumptions and beliefs and persona and mind and our own existence. Oh, that's a whopper. Our own existence. Thanks for sharing, Didi. Yeah. Every so often, we have to ignore our own persona. Because one time you do it, it becomes something that'll happen again and then again. And something gets established like a footprint. You see, if you have a habit of doing something 10 times, decide this one time, I don't care what I lose, I will not do it. Then the consciousness fills that vritti very fast. But we say, well, if they're not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to. Okay. Dig another hole for yourself. Go ahead. Alex, it's very nice because maybe you're very close to the camera, but I feel like, oh, he's really listening. Okay, good.
I am listening. I'm thinking that, when you take a vitamin, it's like a full dose of 5,000 mg, but only a very small portion actually goes in the system. The rest is just, so I feel like you're giving so much gold and only a little bit goes through, but even that is helpful, Like in Sayam, I was so grateful for everything that we did, but I think a lot more can go in. I think I'm feeling like I'm taking some and I feel good about it, but if I were really 100%, I don't know. I'm also thinking of how much energy is required to be mindful all the time. Because when you shared your examples came to me where I became conscious of patterns that I'm doing. And also I realized that you can only be mindful for so long until you become, the mind becomes tired.
Yeah, but you don't have to be mindful within the mind. That's why I use the word the transparency of the mind. That takes no energy. And once you realize one thing, it's not like we have thousands of things in our head. It's one or two, maybe three things that are underneath. The 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 mechanism is not. I wish we could say we were so inventive and had so many, and we don't. And the trick is not to feel effortful behind it, but to say within yourself, to be open to saying, like in a prayerful way, I don't want this anymore. Only you can hold my truth. Even when I'm in the maybe, hold me. Even when I'm in the clarity, hold me. Even when I don't know, hold me. I am held all the time in this space. Just that some degree of that openness, then it keeps sneaking in. I mean, it's enormous grace, guys. Enormous amount of grace for us to be discussing this, for us to have the guru that we know about, for us to have a moment of like, as you're saying, Alex, I'm saying so many different things because it just pours down, right? There's no filter. I couldn't possibly think all this and then speak. It goes like that. But every time something is said and there's a little thing in the mind that says, oh, yeah, that is a hit of grace, that will establish in some part of the consciousness. And at some point, it will feel more solid than just an elusive oho. But yes, we are in the right place because there's so much grace. It can't happen otherwise. Walking by the book in the afternoon and that kind of choked up feeling, like what? And I thought, oh, you love me so much grace. That a whole day I could walk around with that pull, of feeling helpless and inept and all those things, not as a judgment in the bad side, but like, hands up. That's big. Certain things you can commit to. Nonsense chit chat, what? You see, go in the cafeteria, wow, okay guys, bye, Jai Gurudev, bye, Jai Gurudev, bye. No, I'm not interested. How are you? Where did you come from? When are you going back? When are you... in the group, they would come, Didi, oh, when you leave, what are you doing? And when finally I had to say, listen, don't talk to me about these things. I'm not interested. Hello, love, care, it stops. And then, I remember I was going, actually, Vishal was taking me to the avocado toast place, Hatchet. 20 seconds later, it wasn't like, it was, Didi, I was wondering, what happens with this? The mind is wanting to explore the knowledge side of things, and not theoretical. Because when I do this, when I go to work, this and this happens. There's a place to commune. Worth looking, because I grow in that. You grow in that. Grace pours. You're going to ask me, that sari was amazing. Yes, Reshma gave it to me. Vishal gave it to me. Oh, Didi, your sari. Yes, Reshma and Vishal gave it to me. I was going to put a tattoo up here. Stop asking me about the sari. You should be laughing. I throw in so many jokes for you, but you get so serious. Okay. Anybody want to say anything?
So there are so many scenarios, right? At home, at work. So you're surrounded with interactions with them. So many thoughts come. All we have to do is just recognize them, that this is how my mind is working, and then drop it.
That could sound very exhausting.
So
I'm just
then, like, how to
when thoughts
handle?
come, at least you can begin with, when a stream of thoughts come that don't work for you, say, okay, I don't need to pay attention to this. You could do it then. Don't try to be aware of all thoughts, all patterns, or anything like that. But when something's not working for you, you say, oh, it's just a bunch of thoughts. No, at least at that time, it's worth to put a little pause or a break on the system. Yes?
What you shared today about, sorry,
Huh?
Bhagavad Gita, are you done? What you shared today about patterns and the choice, that was very profound. And it was like sometimes we recognize that, okay, this is a pattern, and now we have a choice. We still get driven by that pattern, right? Because
You're not driven, you're choosing. You're not driven by the pattern. You're choosing. And you have to get very clear why. Because there's a gain in it. The problem is you're not aware of the price that you're paying. You haven't really gotten really clear about this is a choice I'm making, and the cost of that choice and the gain of that choice is A, B, C, E, F, G. It is a choice. At least if you change the vocabulary, you'll already change things. Next time that same thing happens, say, oh, I'm driven by my pattern. No, you're not driven by your pattern. I chose. Just say that. Oh, I chose to do this. Just say that. You'll change your whole physiological nervous system. But that is clarity. It's very confrontive. It feels, I should say, very confrontive to be that clear. And to own it for your tribe and your people. Yeah. Do you understand, Rish, what I'm saying? Just, even if it happens, I say, I chose to do that again. You see what happens in the system. We have that, right, in the extreme sense, like someone who's addicted to something, alcohol or whatever. They will say, I couldn't help myself. No, you chose. When is the healing process? When that person says, I chose. That's when the healing process begins for them. That's when, quote, they make amends. I hurt you. Before that, they say, I didn't mean it, it just happened, and then the mother, the sister, the brother, they forgive you. No. When they say, I hurt you, I did this, it's still a pattern, right? Addiction is to use the word pattern in the layman's sense, it's the biggest, deepest, that's why it's called addiction. It's so deep. No? But when that person says, I did this, alcohol is a problem for me, everything changes. You know, you suddenly you sit tall and you stand tall and you move with a certain kind of freedom that was not there before. Are you clear? Do you all hear what I'm saying? Can you resonate to what I'm saying? Does it make sense? No? Owning it, change the vocabulary, that's all. Don't keep calling it a pattern, a pattern. I have this pattern, deep-rooted pattern. No, you know it. So when it's deep-rooted, when you know it, it's not deep anymore. It's now on the surface. So it's now a choice. All right. We have another couple of more minutes if you want. You want to chant Guru Puja? Shall we just chant Guru Puja and then close in silence? All right, let's just do that. Eyes closed. Take a few breaths in and out. Breathe in. And let it go. Whatever you heard made sense, didn't make sense, resonated, didn't resonate, doesn't matter. It's just more stuff. It's not the reality. It's all the image of a snake. Understand it like that. It's the name, the ornament. It is not the gold. So it doesn't matter. Breathe in.
Oh, it.
And let it go. Jai Gurudev. One wonders if you keep, like putting the thoughts and beliefs and assumptions at bay, how does one act? No? How does one make choices and take action? And what just kept popping, I kept moving it away and it would keep coming back, in between. But you think the breath moves by itself, no? Digestion happens by itself, no? Yes, circulation happens by itself, no? The sun rises by itself, no? The light pours through the window by itself, no? The earth moves by itself, no? Gravitational pulls and magnetism and all of that is there already inherent by itself, no? Wonder, how does an enlightened who doesn't have that bundle of thoughts, snake, so to speak, they have memory, but they don't have that identity. I am, my beliefs, my likes. I did WCF, therefore I am. Many people came, therefore I am. I have this many devotees, therefore I am. I'm now in 150 countries, therefore I am. Oh, I met Trump, therefore I'm not. It doesn't have all those things, right? There's no persona in that sense. There's characteristics to the guru, and generally we boil it down to a sense of stillness and love, and it's a very qualitative persona, no quality of life force. Yes. So how do they act? Action continues to happen by itself when one is established in the being. Do you understand? Just like the breath and the circulation and the sun and the light, without having to, I am the WCF and I did 4 of them, and oh, now I have this movie star is my devotee, all that's I am. No, I am just period, am. There's no to in relation to, so action keeps happening. The more we are in our self, in our center, the more these things just keep happening. Just like when we teach, how things just come out. You know what to say, you know whom to look at, your face gets moved to that. Doesn't it happen, right? It's the same, except when you're counting your paycheck and your money and you're paying your bills, same thing. You go to work, lightheartedly. So just for you to know, don't feel like, oh, then how am I supposed to? Don't get into all of that. Okay. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. See you next Tuesday.
Jai Gurudev.